Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is the Narcissistic Resistance. And this resistance video is sponsored by contribution from John Hooper. And you know him, he's all over the comment section. He's done many videos in the past. And here's his story. Dear Ollie, another update from me. I'm from Austria and I did my best writing in English. I was no contact or low contact for over 2 years with my entire family. Looking through my mails I sent my family, there are quite severe allegations, and not a single one got answered. There was always another family member answering. Like I would confront person A, I got a reply from person B. When I replied, I got a reply from person C. Right, it's a keep away game. You know, they're playing fucking monkey in the middle with you, with the truth. You know, here's there, throw it there. You're the monkey in the middle. You're the monkey in the middle. Okay, you think you're dealing with this one? Nope, it's over there. Nope, it's over there. Nope, it's a game that frustrates you. Monkey in the middle. You're the monkey, and the ball is the truth. To keep away from you. So this is how my family works. It has always been that way. They all play the mediator, the good one. But for the things that other people do, it's a quite perfect strategy. It is a small family, 2 parents, 2 sons, and they all pass everything to the next. Right, monkey in the middle. They're all playing mediator. When they're playing mediator. It means they're not. It's a role. It's acting. What they're doing is they're playing monkey in the middle. And you're the monkey. Okay, how did I break my no contact? My brother seemed really desperate, and he offered me to pay me a flight to Australia to spend some time with him. This was the first time ever that any one of my family offered me anything. So to me, this was quite a big move. Well, it's a big Hoover, you know. The Hoover usually requires some sort of big move. When they're hoovering you back in after no contact, it's going to take an act that they've never shown you before to hoover you back in. But understand, it's still a small act in comparison to the abuse and all the bullshit you went through. But you buy it because it's some sort of act that they've never done for you in the past. In the grand scheme of things, it's a pretty fucking meaningless move because all it is a tactic to hoover you in. So to me, this was quite a big move, but I could feel it, that it was also a risky move. Now I hear all these stories about narcs and what is going on, but I always felt that if I had been more aware, I would have noticed more. So I was also very excited to observe how things will end up, and it would be very enlightening to see my brother with my new gained awareness. Also, the flight to Australia to me is a big thing. The last intercontinental flight was over 20 years ago. So to me, living in my small flat, this was quite an adventure. Do it and watch and learn. To keep this story short and simple, my brother works as a teacher in a very small mining town in Australia. There is not much you can do there. I did some research, and there was this visitor center with a huge mining truck, and new to me that had learned to express what he wants and to clearly communicate. I have told him, I want to visit this visitor center. Okay, no problem. Is all he said on the phone. But I also recognized that he was surprised that I would tell him this so clearly. Right, because in the past you've never been direct with your family. It'd always been this runaround game of monkey in the middle. And you see, now your brother's trying to deal with you one-on-one. He has nobody to throw it to. to throw the truth to. So it's not even that he was surprised that you would tell him things so clear. He's not used to hearing it directly from you because everything is through another person. So this is like, so what he's realizing is, Jesus Christ, I've never actually had to deal with John one-on-one. So it's foreign to him. Very first day in Australia, he was already the old brother I knew. He was almost triggered about everything I did. Oh, am I just stressed that you are here? It was like the brother who begged me to come and see him after 2 years was gone. He was not only ignoring me, he was hating me. Nothing new. He had a car borrowed from a friend, so we were mobile during my day. I asked him, remember that Australian visitor center I told you? When can we see it? Looking back, that place was a 2-minute drive from the supermarket where we were driving to 3 days a week. It was just around the corner. This was the second day of my stay. Remember my brother missing me and wanting me back, now telling me, instead of saying, sure, he said, we don't have to do everything together, right? I could not believe it. But I was not furious. I was just, this is why you came here, to watch and see and learn, to see it with your own eyes. Now I gained awareness. I can tell you tons of stories of this stay. For example, he did the same thing as my ex-girlfriend. No matter what suggestion I made, it was somehow dismissed, just to be reintroduced and through days later as a big event for themselves. He got triggered by almost everything. Nothing had changed. He was treating me the same way as a young kid. For example, he watered the garden of a neighbor. We drove together there. So I wanted to help, and I had the garden hose in my hand. He did not even look at me and lashed the garden hose out of my hand like I was the little child who was touching something wrong. His face was so angry. Later we had a talk about it. He 100% knew what happened. Yes, I can't help it. Nothing has changed. And nothing will change. See, they want to hoover you back in, and sometimes they don't even know why. They don't even know why. Just to abuse you? He flew you all the way to Australia just to abuse you. He's as fucked up in the head as we are. He's got his own separate set of issues. Or when I wanted to cook something and made a burger, I brought all the food. I was not a freeloader. When the burgers were ready, he was busy on the computer, but he liked the idea of the burgers. He tossed the bun back at me and said, I don't like a top bun. The next day, when I wanted to cook again, he yelled at me, I let you cook already yesterday. What the fuck? It was crazy, but also so important to me because I was self-aware and I could see all of this as proof of my no contact. The final blow was with my flight home. I could not check in, and yes, I was a bit nervous. The airport is away a 10-minute drive, and the tool said, contact Qantas Airline. The flight was the next day early, so yes, I was a bit nervous, and I just wanted my tickets, and I could not check in. So I asked my brother, can we drive to the airport so I can resolve this? The responses was spite face. The same face, the very same look that every victim of Narcissist now. How dare we? He did not even understand my concern. We are driving tomorrow. And this is the problem when you live together with a narc. You're trapped. In Vienna, I could have done that all by myself, but he just loved me to be dependent. I stayed 3 weeks there. There was no Christmas, no New Year's Eve. Again, everything I suggested was just ignored. But I have to admit, I was also smiling to see the proof right in my face, what a person I have been raised with. In those 3 weeks, we did basically nothing. Watching TV, most time I was alone. waiting until he woke up. Typically in my life, the most lonely I felt around those people. Okay, last day before flight. I was extremely on tension because I could not check in. And guess what? The visitor center I wanted to see, and he was not able to visit with me for 3 weeks. He just said, after shopping, we can go there on the very last day. This is how they manipulate you. Yep. They give you what you want at the very end. Okay, so you don't so that's the last impression you have. So he knew what he was doing. That just shows you he knew what he was doing the entire time, how manipulative he is. But I got my photo. I saw this truck doing my research, and I wanted a photo in front of that truck, a true memory for me. And in the end, I got it. I have attached the photo. You can show it. The next day, the flight, after being 3 weeks with my brother, I already knew he would cause trouble. And I told him, please let me handle the check-in, just stay behind. What happened in reality, he bossed me around. He told me where to stand. I told him, this is an international flight with Qantas and Emirates, and this is the reason you can't online check in, because the flight to Australia was fully Emirates. Is it Emirates or Emiratis? I think it's Emirates. So I wait here in line, and they will handle it just fine. He even took my passport, printed something out, just to be told 5 minutes later by the Qantas lady that he needed to throw it away because it will carry the luggage only to Perth. And then the goodbye. After 3 weeks of pure insanity, he cried and told me he will miss me. This is the mindfuckery I have been raised. My brother is also in therapy, he told me. I told you he was fucked up in the head. Clearly, he's clearly fucked in the head. Paid by the Australian state. There has to be someone where he can feel, he has someone where he can feel as a victim. Of course, the fact that he paid for the flight will be used later against me. This already happened, and I will send in a part 2 very soon. I don't have there's no picture attached, John, otherwise I would show it. But, I would have never, ever, ever in a million years recommended going on that trip. But you did it with open eyes, and I'm glad it worked out for you the way it did. At least, I'm glad you went in there already out of the fog of narcissism with some clarity, so you were able to see your brother's tactics for what they are, and you could see just how fucked up he is, how manipulative, and how fucked up he is. Thinking that he could shit on you he can hoover you back in, basically love bomb you, hoover you back in, immediately flip script, start shitting on you, put things back to how you were as a child, bully you for 3 weeks, and then on the last day take you to where you actually, the one place you wanted to go, and put on a show at the airport. When you have the clarity of no contact, you can see the narcissist for who and what they are. I think that's the big lesson to be learned from your story, John. So, I hope that helps. Thank you so much for another contribution and story, John. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you like to expose, you'd like to have a private video made, or you'd just like to make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all this goes away. And I promise you, YouTube and Google are going to make that happen one day, sooner rather than later. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. Also, be sure to follow me on the Library Backup app as well. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been The Narcissistic Resistance. Take care.